Hey everyone, today we're going to be playing Star Realms. It's a deck building game built for 2 players. It's a very, very simple game. Actually, once you learn how to play it, it takes about 10 minutes to figure it out, and then you can play it for days. So, each player starts out with 50 health, or as they call it, authority. That's denoted by these here and these here. Each player gets their own little cards or counters. You can use paper if you want, or dice. You start out with your standard your deck, which is 2 Vipers and 8 Scouts, and you build your deck from there. You have attack and you have collectability. Basically, these are used to trade and these are used to hurt your opponent. So let me shuffle these back up real quick and we'll get underway. You have your central deck.
So once you shuffle that, who should go first?
Well, since I dealt, you would go first.
Okay.
But since you only have 10 cards, your standard riffle and bridge does not really work all that well, so I suggest pile shuffling. Just do this a few times, any old way you want, and put the piles back together so that you get a nice randomized amount. Every player starts off with 5 cards. Okay? The object of the game is to reduce your opponent to 0 authority, or 0 life. Okay, so Vash, why don't you go first?
Okay, well.
Oh, yes. You have your deck, you have your scrap pile, which we'll explain that later whenever it actually comes up. Anything that is scrapped or destroyed completely goes here. Anything removed from game goes here. But you get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's just put one there.
5. You get 5 cards in what's called the trade line.
So if you notice, as we saw with the Scouts, they have the same symbols but with different numbers. This means you have to have that many Scouts or whatever card that lets you have that, like that if you scrap it, to get one of these cards, which is called trading.
Yeah, your trade costs are in your upper right hand corner.
Yeah, so I go first?
Right.
Alright, so 1 Viper, 4 Scouts.
Okay, put your 4 Scouts out here.
Alright, and I'm going to be better this time, and I'm going to get Blob Wheel and Blob Fighter.
Alright, now there are 4 factions in the game, so you can use your...
Oh wait, and I got to attack for 1. Well, I don't have to, but I want to attack for 1.
Okay, so he's going to take my attack for 1. I'll just set that off to the side.
Your authority is over.
My authority is now 49. You see, these are your factions. This here has a faction ability, so not only does it have its standard ability, if you have more than one of these played out on your turn, you get to do that as well. And he has these too. Whenever you trade for them, they don't go directly into your hand. They actually go into your discard pile.
And this is because with the 10 cards you have, you will be shuffling your discard pile back into your deck and then drawing 5.
At the end of your turn, everything that you play goes into your discard pile, whether you use it or not. So, honestly, every time you draw, let me put my deck right here. Every time you play, you're basically going to drop your whole hand. I have 4 Scouts and a Viper as well, so that means I have 4 for trade. Okay, so he is going with the Blob faction, so...
The Mask faction.
It's probably not in my best interest to start scooping up Blob stuff, because he's going to be scooping it all up. But each faction has its own thing. Like, you have your Federation, which... They kind of do a lot of healing kind of stuff. So you have your mech world stuff.
Which is more,
They're more offensive, and so is the Blob world. And there's another faction on here that I'm not seeing yet, but I'll let you know whenever it comes up. So we have our 4 Scouts. They each give me 1 trade, and I have 1 attack, right? So I can, with my 4 trade, I can get this one, or this one, or this one.
Yeah.
This one he's already hunting for, so it's if I want to block him and be a pain in the butt, I would take that one.
But it would kind of not help him in the long run unless another one pops up and he gets it.
Right. So we also have... I also want to kind of explain the difference in the cards. You have ships, and you have...
motherships.
You have outposts and stuff like that. This is an outpost. If you have an outpost in play, any of these ones that are turned sideways, they stay in play regardless. At the end, all of your ships go back in your discard. But this guy will stay permanently if I have him.
Let's talk about that later since I already have one somewhere.
Okay. So I have 4, and I have 1 attack.
Yep.
So I can either do this guy, or if I want to be a jerk, do that guy. Well, I want to play for the long game.
Yeah.
So I will probably go and get the supply bot.
So that's 3.
Yeah, that cost me 3.
So
I have one more,
which can't really do much.
Yeah, so I can't really do much with it, but let's flip this over and replace this one. If that would have been a 1 cost, I could have scooped
that
it.
is also the new faction.
Yes, that's the other faction.
No idea what it's called.
Yeah, they're listed on. They're listed in your instructions.
I will tell you later.
So, that being said, I've basically used up all of my trades. Now I'm going to try and do my attack since he doesn't have any outposts or bases out. I'm going to immediately just go to him and say, alright, I have 1, so I'm going to hit you for 1. He takes his 1 away. I take all of my ships, and I put them in my discard pile, and the end of my turn is drawing 5 cards.
Alright, so since you're doing that, I'm going to have my 4 scout and a viper down. So I'm going to get the blob destroyer, seems pretty fitting, and attack him for 1. Oh, and let's also put that there. Hey, stealth needle.
Alright. Have you already drawn your 5?
No.
Oh,
I'm shuffling.
Okay. Okay, so this, if you've been keeping count, you start off with 10 cards, so this is my last of the first part of my deck. So I can start shuffling this towards the end of my turn. But if you notice, I have 4 scouts and 1 viper again, so I have 4 to trade. Now, I can start multi-factioning if I want, because if you go all for 1 faction, you're going to gimp yourself. So you want to have anywhere from 2 to 3 factions in the deck you build. So, that being said, I am going to try to do this one. This one is worth 4. I have 4 of them. So this one right here. And I've used up all of my trade. We'll put another one out here, like that. Okay, now I have 1 attack, and since he doesn't have anything, I'll just attack him for 1. Now I'll take my cards and I'll discard them. And like I said, since I don't have that many cards, I'm not going to do the riffle and bridge because that'll damage the cards. Just throw them in random piles.
It is my turn?
Yes.
Alright, I have 3 scouts, a viper, and the blob destroyer. So let's see, I could get 1 of the missile bots, and that's about it. So I'll get 1 of the missile bots. And what do we have? Ooh, wow.
Oh, a trade
How much
pod.
was this? 2? Oh, that's 2. Dang it. Oh well. Can't do anything with the 1, so I will attack you with 7.
Now, how did you get 7? Explain to everybody how you got 7.
Blob destroyer, its attack is 6, and with the viper, that's 7.
Okay, so I take 7, so I'll take these 2 singles and this 1 5. The cool thing about these cards is you've got 1s and 5s on the same card so that you can actually alternate them out. Same thing with your 20s and 10s. Because you start off... I put that in the wrong place. You start off with 50. Alright, so you've drawn your 5, right?
Yep.
Alright, so I've got 1, 2, 3 scouts, 1 viper, and I have a supply bot. You may scrap a card in your hand or discard pile. I don't have either. That's
why would you do that?
That's a tactical movement later, because some of your items Actually,
Like my blob, whatever it's called. It's not in my discard pile, but the outpost I had, the blob outpost, if you scrap it, I'm pretty sure it gives you 3 extra points for trade.
right. So you can utilize its scrapping from not being on the table to actually be in your discard pile where it's unavailable. The problem with scrapping, though, is you use it once, the card is gone forever.
And you can't ever use it again.
Okay, so as it stands, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in trade. So I can do 5 points in trade.
So
Okay.
he could get that, or that.
Right. I could do 2 ships, or I could do 1. Okay, so yes, I have these, and
That one would have been really good.
yeah, that one's really good for offensive. Sometimes you need a little defensive, though. So what do I want to do? Do I want to have 2 attack and 3 trade at any given point whenever it shows up? Or do I want to have an outpost that gives me 3 plus a allegiance bonus of another 4 in attack?
Well, that's if you have one of those.
That's if I have one out, yeah. So it's not a guarantee.
But still, it is very likely, because that does do a lot of damage.
Plus, if I let this stay out here, it's almost guaranteed he's going to take that. And that will give him another 2 to attack, which will hit me even harder every round. Well, every round that it comes out. So I'm going to take my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just going to take 2. Right?
Hey! Hey!
Alright, and look at that. This is worth 1. I can actually take that one as well, because I have a total of 5. I've used all of my trade at this point in time, and I have my 1 Viper, my 1 attack. So I'm going to use my 1 attack to hit him for 1, discard all of my cards, and draw my next 5, and my turn ends.
Well, I have a blob fighter and 4 scouts. So let's see what I can get here. I could get that. Alright, well, yeah, I'll get the Federation shuttle. So that's 1. Let's see what this is. 5. Oh, okay. Oh, that's sad.
You got greedy.
What do you mean I got greedy?
You were like, I hope I flip this over and it's a low cost so I can trade that one too.
I was like, please be 3 or less. I'm gonna attack you for 3.
For 3?
Yeah.
Alright. So, turn this
2,
over.
3.
Add that right there. Put that on there. Some people find it easier to use dice or paper. Whatever works for you. We're just using these because that's what came with it. Alright, and I drew a completely vanilla hand.
Oh my god.
I got 5 scouts, so I can do 5 of these things. So,
Also, people watching, you will see that I have 3 cards out. That's because it was still in the deck, so I am still technically drawing.
yeah, once you draw your deck completely empty, that's when you shuffle. So you don't say, oh, well, I have 2 cards left, I might as well shuffle them back in. That's actually not how it works. So that makes it more fair. Okay, so I have 5, and really the only thing I can get is this or this. But you know what? I'm going to do a battle mech because I've done a lot of mechs this entire time. Alright, and you always replace your 5 on the line. These are all done. I have no attack to do, so he lucked out and doesn't have to deal with it this turn. And 1, 2. I have 2 cards, so now I have to shuffle again.
Oh, I would like another blob destroyer. I just want one.
Any old random order works.
Alright, well, while you're shuffling, I'm going to put out what I have. I have the blob wheel, 3 scouts, and a viper. That's actually pretty good this turn, considering I only have like 2 cards now. So since I can't buy anything, I'll just go straight to the discard pile. Also, if you notice, for some of these, they have different shields. Mine is silver, while these are black with the numbers. That means, the black means you have to attack them. Silver means you can attack them if you want to, but you don't have to. So I'm going to do 2 attack. And you also don't put this in the discard pile.
Yeah, any of your bases and outposts. This is a base. This is an outpost. Bases are silver shields. Outposts are black shields, and it actually says outpost across the top. Outposts are required targets before you can hit your opponent. But a base, if I don't want to deal with it, I don't have to. I can bypass it and go right to him. But the thing is he gets this positive every single turn. So it's in my best interest sometimes to make sure that doesn't happen. Alright, so now it is my turn. I have 2 scouts, a viper, I have a battle mech. You may scrap 1 card in your hand or discard pile. I have a stealth needle.
Oh, so you
Copy
can
another
draw
ship
a card.
you've played this turn. Stealth needle has that ship's faction in addition to machine cult.
So basically what that does is... So you could copy like...
No,
well, not that, but...
I've only played these cards. And
yeah,
the only thing I have that has a faction is this thing.
Let's say you have like the Blob Destroyer.
But it gives me the faction... I copy the card completely. So it gives me the faction of draw a card. And since this one copies it, I get to draw another card. So now I have 2 more cards I can play down. This gives me 3 trade. 1, 2, and 4 makes 6. Plus another 4 makes 10 total attack. So I have 3 trade and 10 attack. Okay, so is there anything...
You can't buy anything, yeah.
Yeah, I can't buy anything, but it helps me cycle through my deck and everything. Yeah. So, since I'm not messing with these guys, I will do the 10, because we got 4, because it copies this. 4 and 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So I will do 10 damage to you.
Yes. Can't take it back. You are not killing my blob world.
I had planned on it, not this turn at least.
It's called Blob Wheel, but I don't care.
Okay, so I discarded all my cards, and now I'm drawing my 5.
Alright, so I have 3 scouts, a viper, and a missile pod. So I can't really do anything with the scouts. So they'll go right back there. So that's 2 together, plus another 2, so 6. Oh, no. 4. I don't know why I thought 6.
4, okay. So, you're doing 4, so flip that over, and that puts me at 32. Okay. You got your 5?
Yeah.
You can start shuffling all that so that it doesn't take as much time. Alright, so I have a supply bot, trade pod, a scout, and an Imperial fighter. Here, I'll put him over here so you can see him. Okay, so I can't get any of my alliance bonuses,
but you do have 7, so you could get everything but Brain World.
Right.
So you could get this, which would help your Imperial fighter. You could get that, yeah. You could also get this, which does 5.
So this is whenever the strategizing comes in. Because do I want to fan out to Federation? Because I've got 3 different factions here, and there are 4 total.
Well, don't forget, I have some of this guy.
Yeah. So I can either take that to make sure he doesn't get it, or I can boost up my ability to slam on him.
Yeah.
So
wait,
I actually think I'm going to take his battle cruiser for 6. Put that over.
Oh, dang.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Central office is expensive.
Oh, I forgot to point it out. Target opponent discards a card. You must discard one of your cards.
I don't mind, actually.
Yeah. And you may scrap. If it says may, it's not a force. That means you can choose to. Okay. So, now I have 0 attack, 0 attack, 0 attack, and 2. So I can hit him for 2.
Alright.
And in my turn, with a discard and a redraw.
Alright, so it is now my turn?
Yep.
Well, you're really going to regret discarding that card, because I don't like that. I have 3, so I can't really do anything with that, but I'm going to put them out anyway. I have a blob destroyer and a blob fighter. And it says draw a card, so I actually do have to shuffle now. And it says I may destroy target base and or scrap a card in the trade row. Oh, I can scrap one. That's actually pretty good.
Because if it had a scrap capability on it, you could use that scrap.
To hurt him, I'm going to take away that. What is that? And it gives him something else good. Alright, so I do still have to draw that card. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. I can get this blob destroyer. And put it right back there. I can't really do anything with these now. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will do 10 damage to you.
10?
Yeah. That's what you get for taking away a card.
Alright. Well, I have a supply bot. I have a missile bot.
Oh god. That's
and I have 3 scouts. Okay, so I have 5 I can trade with.
Actually, 5 is good. So you could get a space station or a survey ship to help you out.
Survey ships are great for building your hand up late game,
but
or mid game. But I think I'm gonna go with this guy right now.
Hey, Ram!
Hey, that guy.
Ram looks awesome.
All right, so I can't afford to trade for anything else. So the only thing I can do is, since I have the allegiance bonuses on here, I can do 2, 4, 6 damage. And you know what? I'm getting sick of getting hit, so I'm going to do 5 damage to kill that and 1 damage to you. These all get discarded, and I take my 5.
Alright. I have 3 scouts, 2 vipers.
Wow, that looks like an opening hand.
I'm going to get a ram.
What, you... You don't want a Ford or a Chevy, you want a Ram?
Yeah. I'm going to attack you.
Hashtag not sponsored.
I'm going to attack
could be sponsored.
Hashtag please sponsor.
I'd love a truck. Just saying.
I attack you for 2.
You attack me for 2? Oh, you butt.
Yeah.
I'm down to 20.
Oh, I'm down to 34.
Okay.
My authority is higher.
So I have a battle cruiser, which allows me to draw a card. I have a stealth needle. I'm gonna copy my battle cruiser.
So you can do 10 to me, and you can draw 2 cards.
I can draw a card. Target opponent discards a card. Copy.
Oh.
Target opponent discards a card.
Oh, give me a minute. I have to shovel because I have 4.
Battle mech. Since these are the same as well, I get to draw another card.
Wait, which? No. Because
it says in addition to machine.
Ah.
So it's a double faction.
Dang.
Yeah. See how that starts to get ugly? I got a scout.
Hashtag we still want sponsored.
I got 3 scouts. I have a trade pod, and I have a viper. So.
Oh my god, this sucks. What in the world? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I got a whole bunch of stuff from this guy. That's why I picked him.
Oh my god.
Okay. So I have 3.
Hey, you took my trade pod.
4, 5, 6. I have 6 to do. You know what? I'm going to do a survey ship. And this guy, even though it doesn't have any of these bonuses, it's still handy.
Well, actually, it bonuses that.
So put that in there, put that in there.
I don't care, I can still get a battle pod.
I'm done with my trade portion of the turn, so... Alright, he doesn't get this, because there's nothing else of blob out there. But There's 5, and this guy
10,
copied him. 10,
14,
15. I can hit for 15. So you can take that 20 out and add a 5. You can start hitting real hard if you know what you're doing. Alright, I discard all of that. And I 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I have to shuffle.
Alright, well, I have 4 scouts and a missile bot. I'm gonna buy a battle pod for 2. And yeah, let's see. What is it, a 2? No, it's a 3. Cause... Yep, alright. I'll attack you for 2.
Attack me for 2. Give me just half a second. Let me finish my shuffle.
Oh wow, wow.
And get
Okay.
my 5th. You said. This is a slightly improved beginner's hand here. I have 3 scouts, a viper, and an imperial fighter. Discard a card, please.
Oh.
See, the discarded card's a nice little debuff. It keeps him from doing all kinds of craziness. Oh, I hit the camera. But it's okay.
I gotta get rid of a viper.
So I've got 3 to deal with.
Much.
There's not much I can really do, but I'll take this guy
I was about to
just
say,
cause.
I want that trading
Just
post.
cause. Oh, look at that. I could use him.
Too bad.
And then I've got 2, and 1 makes 3, so I can hit you for 3. And then
How much health do you have? 18, dang. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
The most interesting part of this game is when everybody gets below about 20. Because it all kinds of happens back and forth. Until about 20 life left on both folks. So
it's my turn?
Yeah.
I have a scout, a Federation shuttle, a blob destroyer, and a blob fighter.
Okay. So you get to draw a card for that. You may destroy a target base or
I can
a card in the trade row.
So
you can scrap something that's just sitting in your way.
4. Well, I have 4, which sucks. Well, if I can scrap something, I want to scrap this.
Okay, so you scrap that. Nothing actually happens, but we get to replace it with something you actually could buy. And that's a nice, that's a nice little guy. It heals you for 4 and gives you 2 trade.
Ah, that's 6. I was about to go, I can do this! Alright, so I want to do 9.
9?
Yeah, this is what the blob destroyer and the blob fighter do together. They murder.
Okay. So I have a survey ship, which allows me to draw a card.
Oh, God. Oh, battle bomb. That looks cool. What you doing?
Thinking.
You are suspect. SMT.
Got 2 scouts. A viper.
That actually isn't that bad.
Supply bot.
Now it's getting bad.
1, 2, 3,
6, 7.
4,
You have 7
5.
trade points.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So you could buy
5.
basically anything.
How do you get 7? I got 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, where did I get 7 then?
I don't know. It's at public school again.
Well, you can buy nothing.
My missile bot.
I bet you hate correcting me now. And I just...
And I'm going to use the you may scrap a card in your hand or discard pile to scrap the trading post, which gives me a +3.
So...
I hate it when the cards
Oh
are
God, you
facing
can
the
kill
wrong-
me. Well, not kill me, but you can take 10 away from me. You don't.
To give me a +3
Don't
there.
you dare
okay?
do it.
So I
Don't
have
you
a
dare.
+3 in my attack as it
You're-
is, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for trade. I can't really do anything, so the trading's out. But I can do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can do 10 damage. So I'm holding on by the skin of my teeth.
Oh, well, Dad, I have 2 scouts. I have the blob wheel. I have the ram, and I have the blob destroyer.
Oh,
so
that's-
that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Which is a lot more than my 9. So
Yeah.
you win. Good game, sir.
I told you, don't do it.
Well, I had to do something. Alright. I hope everybody had fun watching us play, learning how to play it. The name of the game is Star Realms. It is absolutely amazing. Me and Vash have had a lot of fun playing it over the years. They don't just do it for Star Wars types. Oh, sorry, copyright. They don't just do it for space stuff.
Star fighting things.
Yeah, they don't just do space. I've seen they actually do like a medieval kind of Middle Earth version. They do all kinds of stuff. So go check them out. They're the Realms franchise, actually. It'll say like Star Realms or Night Realms, or I'm not sure what it actually is called, but we've played Star Realms and we thoroughly enjoyed it. Hope you all have a good time. Come back and see us, sub, and share. Thank you.
Hashtag please sponsor us.
Well, that's all I have for now, but this video's not quite over yet. We're expanding, so I have to plug our other channels. Total, we have The Fangirl, dealing primarily with movies and shows, Say Halo Goodbye Gaming, and The Fanily Family Vlogs. Links are in the description, and we would love to see you at all 3 channels. Okay, I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed enough to like, subscribe, and share this video. We have tons of material across our various channels that you are fully encouraged to go check out. And if somehow you can't get enough of me, please connect with me on Instagram at sayhalogoodbye or Twitter at _Fanily.